for the whatever there is going this weekend. There's no other classes, but there are some practice sessions, and 10:30. So that was when I only got possibility to set up my cameras, and 15 minutes was not enough. But hey, if you whether you are on, whether you can hear me, whether you can see the picture, we have Jarkko Jylhä taking a little bit of a track tours on a scooter there. Yeah, so once again, sorry for being late with starting the stream, but that's why there is this safety margin in the scheduling. So 15 minutes, I know that people can kind of prepare to tune into the channel, to the stream, and if something goes wrong from my side or because of some other things, then I need to, and I have some safety margin there. Then I need my remote control here to be able to switch the camera angles to one of the important things for working in here. So let us have a recap of what do we have here. We have, first of all, this general camera that I can use to film almost everything here in the track. We have the first corner camera, or this is kind of showing the bit of the entry, but this is mostly okay, let me put it this way. So that corner there, which will be obstructed by that grandstand or that concrete structure there, that's where this camera is filming for you. Then there is this camera. Basically, when cars drive into this corner, I can get it with this camera, and then this camera will be showing rest of it, so you see the exit without the wall obstructing the view. The clip is not like super visible there in this camera angle, but at least then the following clip is super visible. Then we go into the last corner here, and there we have this fence obstructing the view, so we have then a finish line camera, so should be covered pretty well. There was a little bit of a wish from me that whether I could put something on one of those excavators, old mining machines that we now see in the picture. Unfortunately, it wasn't something that was arranged. I wasn't pushing it, and then I mean the risk is that if for some reason I then cannot access that camera that I set there, then it's a little bit annoying if I can't do, you know, anything. So this is what we have, and I am super excited about this venue, this race, and everything that happens over this weekend. Something what is a little bit annoying here is that there are these beach flags over there, which kind of obstruct a little bit on that first clip. Maybe I could move myself a little bit to the left. Let's do it like right away. It's also like almost impossible to be like 100% sure about the view before you start the cameras and start to observe it through the lens. But hey, good to have all of you here. Once again, it's gonna be 3 groups in this practice session. Groups A, B and C. Group A starting, which is having this time mostly wildcards. It's at least 15 wildcards. I think the real number will be either 15 or 16. We have a lot of drivers this time. I think it's 51. And really amazing and exciting to see how they all cope with the track. I would say the track is not the most difficult of them all, so quite flat and yeah. But anyway, it's gonna be a tight battle. I really hope that every wildcard will perform super good, as always, but as we know, out of those 51 drivers, and I believe it's about 1 minute until we go. And once again, we are on the mercy of Starlink and Elon Musk regarding the internet connection. So let's see, it seems to have some dropouts, but nothing dramatic at the moment. I can maybe try to adjust the bit rate a bit lower. Oh, I can't. The stream needs to be paused for that. But let's see how it works. If it starts to be problematic, then of course I will do it for the next stream. So for today's sessions, we have 2 day practice sessions and 1 short 1 hour session. I think it is, let me double check. It is 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. local time. I'm speaking everything in local time now. So if you are in Finland, Estonia and the Baltics, that would be plus 1 hour. And of course the same logic goes the other way around, but this is Central European time, all the times I'm gonna speak about here. So this will start in a minute, or right now. And so 11 o'clock, this will go until 10 to 2 p.m. And then 1 notification already at this point. The schedule here goes so that unfortunately the media briefing has been scheduled 1 o'clock local time, and that is right at the time when the Group C, which is the hot group, starts. I will leave this camera probably like this here for that time being, so then bear with me. I will try to be as quick as possible. It's all just 1 time when I'm being able to come back, so yes. But yeah, we need to go with how the circumstances are. And so we're waiting for the first cars to be driven on the track, or there are a lineup full of cars. I think I can see some cars here. It should be at least Pauli from Finland, and now I really need to start to work on my wildcard recognition program here. I'm having the red S15, and that would be the guy from Poland. Let me check on him. Nikolai Zagrzewski. So Pauli Laakso, Mikolai Zagrzewski starting the show today. Unfortunately, I don't have per se start line camera. I can see something here. It might be also a solo run from Pauli Laakso. So opening the game here in Ferropolis, Germany, Drift Masters 2026 round 6. Start line marshal ready. And it is as you can see, there's quite many camera angle changes, and Mikolai's rear bumper has left the show already. But yeah, quite many camera changes here. Please tolerate if there are any sort of mistakes happening. Also, I need to kind of learn the track or how to drive the camera, ideally for that. But hey, we have the game open. And now it's them again, the other way around. It seems to be the order of the practice session, so yellow lights and green line, and here we go. Is my absolute favorite here, and that would be Axel Hildebrand in the rotary powered Volvo 740, and we have Toni Ojatalo chasing him. Actually, Toni Ojatalo is leading, so let's hear that wonderful back into the starting line, and we are waiting for them to go. And it will be Axel Hildebrand in the lead and Toni Ojatalo in the chase. Hey.
What's up, brother? Sorry. I was filming some other stuff, so I had to quick run around.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, buddy.
Daily Driver Media is in the house as well. And here we that's the way, that's the route you need to take to have one other, to exit the track, yes. And we have who else? It's two E36s. It's Adrian Petričević, and then we have Paulus Perkkiö from Finland. Let's see how this duel of E36s will go. Was a little bit of a kind of feeling round for Paulus Perkkiö. For Adri in the lead, I think it looked pretty good already. So let us see how all of this is going in the other way around. It is Paulus Perkkiö in the lead and Adrian Petričević or Adri in the chase. So we will go again and we'll just find out. Here, as you can see from all of those beach flags, which is nice. It is forecasted to be 30 degrees today, and I think in a way we don't mind if it feels a little bit colder than 30 degrees, but it's warm enough, but it's nothing, you know, unbearable, at least yet. Then we have, I believe it's Konstantin Shurenko and Peter Prolli from Austria. Konstantin being the regular season driver. In that all black everything BMW with LS power, and that car has absolutely beautiful intake manifold. It's like a piece of art. It sticks through the bonnet and looks nice. The other way around. Nothing dramatic happened there. Pretty nice job for the very first runs of the weekend. So the practice sessions, we're gonna have plenty of sessions. It's gonna be 3 today, 2 in the daytime and 1 in the evening, nighttime practice, and then we have 2 more practices tomorrow, and then 1 more for the top 32 in Sunday. Then we have Tanu Petričević and Dominic Kur from Poland. Tanupat is from Thailand. Tanupat driving his car a little bit too far or too long in the start line. There are these sensors nowadays and the start lights are not happy until you have the car in the right position. Here we go. Quite careful by Tanupat there. This Opel GT of Dominic Kurs is really nice to have kind of car because it's not one of the usual ones and well, it's powered by 2JZ, but I would assume it to be on the lighter side of the cars, and on that car's front suspension there is some proper craftsmanship going on, I would say. Let's put it this way. Wild cards started their game. We have then Enver Haskasap, one of the regular season drivers, and he will be joined by Artur Havrilenko from Ukraine. Enver Haskasap representing Turkey. This is gonna be, I think it's always so interesting to see the wild cards taking their first. Their first lap, then we are waiting for them to take the other way around. It will be Artur Havrilenko. I have to say I really love Artur's car's livery. It's somehow nicely wheels that has those heart-shaped holes, and it's done. What do we have next? There is Dylan Garvey, at least in the burnout box. Who else do we have joining him? Obstructed a little bit of the view. I think we have Jason Yi, the Chinese driver. I didn't notice him in the paddock earlier today or yesterday, so either he has just arrived or then arrived or having the paddock at some place I didn't really go to yesterday or today. So this question have Axel with the rotary Volvo wagon been out yet? Yes, they did 2 runs with who was it again? Toni Ojatalo, I believe. And yeah, the game is on. Dylan Gary, Jason Yee. Ireland versus China this time, and Jason Yee in this quite bright looking blue S15 will take the lead first. You will see them go in a second. That is a bright blue car. And they turn back. Start line. I'm not having the start line camera here because if I did have, I would have been blocked by all of those beach flags, and I don't kind of want to take those away or move those. So that is the reason for it. But anyway, I don't think the acceleration there is not that interesting. To jinx it, but seems that the wireless camera links are working much better than in two previous races. Now we have Igor Derenko, Timur Lipski, both wild cards. Igor Derenko in RTR Mustang, Timur Lipski in Nissan S15, both running greenish liveries. So let's see how they will handle the challenge of Germany and Ferropolis. Both of these cars and drivers earlier this year. I think we had Timur at least. I'm certain that Igor was in Spain and Timur either in Spain or Italy or both, because his car caught on fire at some round. Anyway, they are here, and that is the most important thing. I can then play the first replay of the day. I think we had a little bit of a touch there from one of them. Somewhere at that corner, at that clip there, was it Igor? Maybe a tad, but nothing major, nothing major. Then we have the local hero, and Axel Hildebrand. Did he have a failure in his car, or why did he drive directly to the exit? He was a little bit lost with this route. Okay, he took his way back to the paddock, so it will be a solo run from Max Heidrich then. Max Heidrich driving this colorful S13 with S15 front. I believe that's what it is. Okay, he will be put into lead line now. Axel is, as I told you, he went back to the paddock. Next drivers, it will be Paulus, and he has put himself in the lead line, and it's gonna be Mariusz Zagrzewski. I believe it should be Zagrzewski in the lead and Pauli Laakso in the chase. There is something in the track. I believe the marshals are checking the condition there, so we cannot expect them to be let go right away. Warming up the tires there, as well as Toni Ojatalo from Finland. Pita Brolli is from Austria. Out of wildcards, we haven't seen Kemal Soili yet. Then it will be Konstantin Shurenko and I think it's Tanupat Lechowiwit. Tanupat is having a little bit of a that symptom. I think that is a supercharged car and it has like so violent torque peaks that it delivers the power like on those really sharp bursts, and then it seems to that it's kind of difficult to get it off throttle. Or I think in the past we saw that a lot, like with Nasser Al-Harbali. By the way, in the next pairing after, it's going to be actually a solo run for Tanupat now. In the next one it's going to be Adri again. And then it will be Artur Havrilenko in the lead and Adrian Petričević in the chase. Almost taking the wrong turn there, but then very last minute remembers to take the turn towards the and the other way around, pouring out of Adri's car. Okay, it was just start line march, giving some help and just smoke. Artur Havrilenko had maybe some issue in his run. Not sure what. A replay again. Of course we have a replay if there is something happening on the track. I think Enver was just fine in the entry and acceleration and deceleration there, but I think it probably didn't decelerate enough because he takes on the wall and the rear of his car doesn't look, I don't know. Maybe we can take a look if you can see what you get when you touch the German concrete a little bit too hard. But we will have then another run. It's going to be Dominic Moore, then solo. Dominic's run as a solo because Enver's rear bumper had it, you know. And Paulus Perkkiö from Finland.
Yeah.
Paulus Perkkiö then next in the lead, and Jason Yee in chase. They are done, and the next fighters will be Dylan Garvey and Mariusz Zagrzewski. happened there? Right, Zagrzebiec. That was some nice tandem driving, I must say. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Good, good. Here we go. One more time. Zagrzebiec and Dylan Garvey. Let's have that small wall tap, which I believe happened there, as a replay. I think it was pretty late on the lead to get the cars sideways and tires spinning. Okay, that was quite late, and the angle was quite a bit upset. Have then okay, now it will be Kemal Soili in the chase and Max Heidrich in lead. Really love Kemal's Super Kemal livery in the car. They also have the same theme in the paddock tent that they have over there. So now it's gonna be Kemal in the lead. We most likely see. I think it's just hilarious. Super Kemal. See what's happening. They are waiting at the start line. I think they are ready to go. They got a little bit of a cooling somewhere. From the start line marshals, battery operated hair dryer. There we go. But then realized that there are two cars, headlights, missing me. And it's Igor Derenko and Konstantin Shurenko. Konstantin in the lead. Here they go. can tell you, even if you couldn't see or if you couldn't hear those RTR Mustangs, you could smell that the car is there, because there's no other car that smells the same. It has, it burns the leaded fuel and nitros with that, and that just has its own distinctive smell. Next, again we have Finnish driver online. It's Pauli Laakso. He will be in the lead, and we have Pito Holly in the chase. I think Monza could maybe sponsor me a sim rig or something. Okay. Then they go another way around. It's going to be Peter in the lead. That's how it is from rotary engine warming up some tires. And hey, if you like the stream, please click that like button, because that's something that really helps people find these streams. Of course, I know this is still a weekday in the middle of the day. Many people are probably at work and maybe cannot watch the stream, but in that fabulous Antoni Ojatalo. I think it quite much boils down to the very first diesel and the corner, how you get the rhythm right for the track, because everybody seems to struggle here. If somewhere, I don't know what really went wrong there, but Axel somehow got a little bit upset there, or at least the car was upsetted by something. And it's gonna be and Adrian Petričević. Okay, that was not for long. Let us see what happens there. Adri coming in quite hard. Hard to tell from this angle. Wish I had the... But it's just... That is what the toll is for the wall hits. Mostly it's usually just some bumper covers made out of some sort of composite material, and usually just massage it a little bit and put it back and you're good to go. We had multiple touches there, where the last one was happening. Okay, we had one. What is happening here? Is this a cool down lap or what? There was a marshal still. Sent on the track while there was still someone on there. I think we have now reached the end of the first practice session. Maybe it was just misjudged by the driver that he was being shown to go to the paddock and not to take a lap, but I don't know. Hey, anyway, we have a break, very short break now. We are changing to Group B. I will go there right. That's usually 10 minutes to even hours. I will go there. I try to be the first one to get out from there, but yeah, that's the sad reality. Bear with me. Unfortunately, it will be top class drivers in the Group C. Right when that starts, it's the same time when the media briefing starts, but yeah. Luckily we have some other practice sessions coming, like we have the, first of all, early evening or late afternoon session today, and then we have the session very late in the night lighting. I think it's gonna look awesome. I hope my cameras will make justice for all of that, how it sees and how it feels. So a glimpse of that same atmosphere as it is here. And so many times people ask me that, what's your favorite race? I would say if you need to, or if you are going there yourself, it will be Germany. No questions asked. It's just fantastic here. Even in the daylight, it's somehow breathtaking, and then when the sun sets and it's dawn and everything starts to come in these colorful lights, and I don't know. It's you know, I cannot even explain how it feels. Do we have any comments here? Okay, the first one was Adri. So I will try to get Adri on Sunday latest. This day is pretty much occupied with these practice sessions and everything, and but of course I try to get something from him. Okay, there are comments about internet connection. Yes, I am using still the Starlink, which unfortunately seems to be what it is. It's in a way not by any means obstructed by anything, pointed to the sky. Maybe I can try to change the direction of it to be more south, maybe. I don't know where the satellites are, but anyway. Maybe I'll just do a little adjustment. I'm really not an expert on how much of an adjustment or how much of the movement for the Starlink really affects it, but let's see. I changed the angle of it a little bit. Baby steps. Let's see how it performs. But hey, as always, super nice to see all of you here and commenting, doing all the YouTube stuff that we all really like. And please do me a favor and click the like button on the stream. That is completely free for you and also helps more people find the stream. More people finding the stream means more viewers, which means more revenue from me, and that means hopefully better possibilities to make better streams also in the future. So we have then the Group B waiting, should be go in 1 minute. It seems that the first two drivers will be Finnish drivers, Jarkko Jylhä and Teemu Asunmaa. So that's who we start with. They are being signaled that go and rub some rubber. Did I just realize that rubbing and rubber are the words that have something to do with each other? Everybody started to think about that or to laugh at me. Okay, it should be very soon when we have the action going on again and the track looks clear. We have all the boxes, paintings or whatever chalk they use to strengthen those lines. That work has been done by the marshals and we are ready to go. it will be Jarkko Jylhä in the lead and Teemu Asunmaa in the chase, and any second now. Routine checks from the start line marshal on the cars. Bonnets, hoods are closed and secured. Here we go. Seeing some proper tandem action from this Finnish duo from the get-go. That is very, very nice to see that they are already pushing it to the door from the very beginning. Because also the reality is in this series, if you get to the bracket, you need to be ready to do just those chase runs close enough, and you cannot practice that by any other means than just practicing it. Karim Hani in his new car, new is it G42 or G87? I'm not sure, but looks the same. This with the party kit. That Karim Hani's new car, the color of it is one of my favorites. Also reminding a little bit of Juha Pöytälaakso's and Chris Aalto's Drifting Academy cars color, which is at least familiar to all the Finns. And then we have Juha Pöytälaakso in the lead, of course, as they always change the turns. And here they go. There they have it, their first runs done. The next one is gonna be, I can see Espen Rode and Marko Zakoril. Marko Zakoril gonna have so many fans this year here. I heard that there's like one bunch of 150 people arriving they made a huge noise last year in the grandstands. I mean, I got like chills just listening to them give their support to their home country hero Marko Sakoril. And now it'll be Espenrode, Marko Sakoril. They are on the start line, ready to go any second now. And here they go. I captured a replay there. I think it was still the same corner. Same corner. I don't know if there was a little bit of a hesitation or what. I think Espen is taking the very, very inside line there, and that makes hitting the next zones a little bit difficult for him. Nothing dramatic there, but it is this first inside clip, or that guiding clip there, that is much easier now in the daylight, but during the night time it's going to be a different story. What happened there with Espen kind of veering to the right. It seems that his car is drivable. He was so inside in the entry, then didn't have any space to kind of get it drifting and just veered to the very corner of the track. The car seems to be okay-ish. I don't know if there was a hit or no, maybe something, because I see some body panels being carried over to the deposit of those. And then it's gonna be Kubakrol. He will be in the chase position, and in the lead it will be Itai Sade, and Itai Sade seems to have a new livery on his car for this race. It's not the plain carbon fiber anymore. We are waiting. Okay, they're just actually cleaning the track still a little bit after the little bump that happened just a minute ago. And that is happening over there. If you are interested. Oh, is there some fluids? Yes. Okay, that might take then a bit. There is a guy running with 2 leaf blowers to help clear that. so. Maybe it was like a head-on hit towards the barriers there in the corner. We can see that one banner, Orlen banner, has been severed from the concrete, and I think that's probably where he hit. But what? If it's fluid, you need to punch a hole into a radiator, which would probably be the most likely case here. I wouldn't think if that. Oh, maybe of course if you have an oil cooler there somewhere in the front, and then it's like a small leak from that. But okay, this is just speculation. Doesn't really make it any different from what it is. We are waiting for the track to be cleared and cleaned. Of course, you cannot send any pro drift cars into the track when there is something slippery in it. So, but hey, meanwhile, why don't you click the like button, because that will help other people find the stream, and that would be just nice to see more people following. And maybe also I can take some comments here, which mostly are in a language I have no knowledge of. Okay, then we are going. A new livery in his car. I think it's, you know, plain black. Even though if it was carbon fiber, for a drift car, it always kind of fades the movement of the car away, in my opinion. But if you have some color, especially light color, like on the very outer sections of the car, it somehow makes it easier to see how the car is moving. Okay, any second now should be the run the other way around. Kuba Kroll in the lead and Vita Saade in the chase position. I left quite a bit of gap there. Luckily it's a little bit windy here. It also helps the smoke to clear very well between the runs. Ela Koko had just put in yet another engine. There was a catastrophic failure in Riga. Fortunately, they forgot to tighten the oil plug there. He told me yesterday that now he has done it 3 times, so it didn't come loose anymore. Anyway, that was the end of the show, end of the engine. Last round, but now he's back. Simon Olsen in the lead. Next pairing will be then Harry Kerr. Harry Kerr taking the chase line, and Alan Hines in the lead. That would be all Irish battle now. Then it will be once more same guys, the other one around. Harry Kerr in the lead and Alan Hines in the chase position. From the Netherlands and Kevin Piskolti from Hungary. It's Diogo Correa. Sorry about that. I just saw the roof of the car and the sun was shining and glimmering. So Clint van Oort, Diogo Correa. For some reason I think it's maybe better to have an entire run as a replay here. I don't mind if Clint is driving a very nice and clean run, but just in case, I have just recorded for you. We will stop this recording or this replay and just get on with the run just when they start. So So I was gonna say, I have it recorded. That was a hard hit. I think the driver is okay physically. I guess we start to wait for a tow truck. First tow truck of the day. Ay, 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 ay. Clint, Clint, Clint. A little bit too greedy. What happened there? Probably just too fast and too deep, and yeah. Ay, 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 that feels so bad. Feels so bad. It's time for a little bit of a water for me. So it's gonna take a while to pick the car up. Let me see on the comments. There's a question, where is Jane? Jane will come tomorrow. She will join us hopefully directly onto a live stream that is, let me check the schedule. I have been so much in today's schedule, so tomorrow's schedule is still not. So most likely she will join to the later one tomorrow, that starts at 3 o'clock local time. She is working on a TV production or TV stuff this week and couldn't join earlier than tomorrow, but that's what she does, that's her job, and yeah, I think we will get plenty of her stuff in my Instagram channel and also on these YouTube shows, for example the top 32, top 16 that we're gonna do in some sort of a collaboration way. Probably gonna talk to the drivers together when we go there, and I think it's also nice that when you need to walk in the paddock that you have somebody to talk to and maybe comment about all kind of things and whatever. I'm not, of course, 100% sure what it's gonna be. I'm never 100% sure what it's gonna be with this channel, so that's the beauty of it. But anyway, the main stress is on my Instagram, RollinRudy_media. Go there and follow it, because my intention is to use that as one of the main information channels regarding what's happening in the channel in the future. So that's why I'm pursuing that, and also Jane is helping with that. For example, during the practice sessions today, I don't have time, and then after the practice sessions, I don't have that much energy to do content from the paddock. So she's helping with that as well. So she will be here, but tomorrow. I think we are very close to get this going on again. It will be now David Spozov and Yves Meyer. I hope I'm ready after a short break. But here we go, should be again any second from now. I think then we have concluded the first round of Group B practice, because I see Jarkko Jylhä there already. I think, okay, Dave Egan is there to come, yes. Sounded more like an anti-lag test or launch test. Did something fail in the car? I guess so, because he just continues towards the paddock. Or is it so? I think you can go around there, or is it just now solo run by David Spozov from Poland? I think he is most likely done with this run. Jarkko Jylhä and Dave Egan, they are the ones who are now warming up the tires there, but it will be a solo run from David Spozov before that. To be honest, I'm not sure what are we waiting for. I don't see anything in the track or on the track. Okay. That was quite uneventful for these guys. Jarkko Jylhä asking for a little bit of a cooling on his car. Dave Egan already waiting on the start line. I think we are ready to go. 3 cars done. And then the next one, or the next pairing, will be Marko Zakoril and Teemu Asunmaa. And it seems that Teemu Asunmaa will be in the lead first. I think the internet has been decent recently. We don't see, or I don't see any more drops, at least for the time being, so more drops, I mean. And if you guys wonder why I'm not commenting more about the runs itself, this track requires so many camera changes, and I kind of need to, well, it's not kind of need to, I need to drive the one camera that I basically constantly have attention on. So while your view is on other camera, I'm still driving the other camera, and I really don't know what's really happening. And nobody has complained about that, but I just wanted to mention it. And just to let you know, while this group will still go on until 12:50 local time, when this has ended, I will then move myself over to the media briefing, because I need to take that, and it just happens to overlap with the Group C of this practice, and I will just stay there for maybe 10-15 minutes and we'll be back. And Karimani again. Second time already today. We have this pairing going on. Karimani in the lead, Juha Pöytälaakso in the chase. They are just about to go. if the camera placing for the remote cameras is ideal for today, but at least we don't seem to have the smoke problem today. So in that sense, we have pretty good visibility on the lines, and the only missing part we have is, or we don't have, is the start line camera. Here we go. And Simon Olsen, Israel, Norway. Here we go again. Perkkiö in the lead and Diogo Correia in the chase. Question if Axel's rotary Volvo has been out. Yes, that happened in Group A. That ended soon for Perkkiö. I think the car seems to be okay. I don't know if there was such a... Oh, he just stopped. By the way, now we have a gentleman who we haven't seen today, Jason Banet in the lead and Alan Hines in the chase. I don't remember seeing Jason earlier today, so that is good to know that he's with us as well. By the way, this time, the first time this round, I have 2 cameras equipped with the camera cooling unit. So it's like a Peltier element cooling unit with a fan, and that's operated with the same power bank as the camera is backed up, and that should cool the cameras down really well. One camera is without it, but let's see, hopefully that will not fail us. It's actually this camera that is without it. Everything seems to be fine. I think the biggest challenge is that how long will those power banks last with that additional power consumption, but I will also charge those ones before the next round. Fortunately, that is behind the beach flag, but it's a little bit of a fire in Chevron Bonnet's rear tire. Then it is Jarkko Jylhä, David Sposop. And hey, people, press that like button if you like the stream. It will help everybody else to find this. Okay, what happened there? So far so good. That clip pretty okay. Then it's gonna be the transition. That happens just fine, but I think, okay, that was just David Sposop just stopped drifting, maybe because of an issue, because he heads back to the paddock. Jarkko Jylhä is ready for another run. Seems that there was nothing happening to his car. And there he goes. This camera is now a little bit in the shadow, but again, it's one of those things that just is how they are. I was trying to say it is what it is. You see these 2 yellow cones there? That's where the clip is. Hopefully better seen in your screen than in this sun blasted of mines. George Christopherou has some issue with the front bumper over there. It is being taken away, so it's going to be Teemu Asunmaa and George Christopherou in the next one. I think this is one of the last ones that we have on Group B. 3 cars in the lineup. After these runs have been driven, so I will take those, and then it's time for me to get to the media briefing. What happened there? I think I changed the camera angle just when there was an impact. Okay. George is really deep and or slowing down, and Teemu hit him, or I don't know what happened there. I need to ask separately then. Or I'll probably forget to ask because it really didn't end up into having too much of an effect to any one of them. But we have Itai Sade and Karim Hani. Okay, once again, same thing, just something happens there and then it's an impact, and I change the camera angle right away when that happens. Almost. Itai's car seems to be there. There. Is he ready to go? If this is gonna be a tow truck, then I'm gonna just take off and go to the media briefing right away. Okay, it's gonna be tow truck, so I will then go. I have even prepared something for you. A message. So this is the view that we will have for the start of Group C. Unfortunately, that's because I need to run to the media briefing. I have no idea if Daily Driver Media will stay here, but he will or join to the media briefing. If yes, then maybe go check on his channel. But yeah. We will see in a while. Sorry about this interruption, something that is really, really out of my hand. I will be back, hopefully not later than 10 minutes or 15 minutes after the Group C has started. So it is bye for a bit and I'll be back. And ladies and gentlemen, we are not short of miracles. I'm back. It was short. If you had been before here, you didn't need to be there for this safety area briefing, and I'm not anyway in any of those areas of concern. So we will see the entire Group C practice here. Way to go! We are back. So, hey, everybody, it should start now. Any second, we have Mika Keski-Korpi starting the Group C, being accompanied by Piotr Vienczek. I'm a little bit out of my breath. I basically ran, so here we are. I never ever in my life could have expected that to work and that to happen. So, but here I am, and we are back in business. Maybe just a sip of water. Sip of warm water, just as we like it. Okay, so the brushing machine, whatever that's called, has been doing its job. The track is clear. I think we are just waiting for the thumbs up for the drivers, and yes, we had just that as we speak. And here we go. Turn right. Okay. So, first run done from the top, from the Group C. I'm already in top 32, so excuse me for that. This is 15 minutes of high action on the track. Hopefully it will be clean for everybody. Warming up the tires is James Dean, and with him it's gonna be Benediktas Chirva. We are ready to go. It's actually crazy we're just here by the start line, and it's crazy to kind of notice how fast that Mustang engine revs. It's like, you know, almost instant. I mean, all of the engines here rev fast, but somehow it's like, you know, Rantanen and Oliver Randalo. Some track marshals now picking up some debris from that horseshoe that is in the middle of the track. That's something that is very rarely shown to you people, not even in my streams, but it's something really important because there the debris doesn't escape and we don't want to lose any tires or get any punctures because of any sort of a sharp debris left from the body kits or whatever it could be. So it's very important that these guys really pay attention to all of that happening in the track and go and pick even the slightest parts and bits and pieces out from there. Happened to Oliver Randalo there. Oliver Randalo taking it home very slowly. Seemingly headed back to the pit area, to the paddock. Okay, this was already a second run anyway, so of course they're heading back to the paddock. Yes, so let me check how many people do we have in the stream at the moment. It's 1,400 people. Why don't you go now and or just stretch your finger a little bit and press that like button. That would help a lot to gain some views and viewers, more importantly, because I love all of you and the more the merrier. And the next couple on the start line is Kuba Pryskonski and Pavel Korpulinski. The track should be ready, and here we go. Pavel Korpulinski over the finish line. Then we should have them the other way around. Pavel in the lead. Pavel left a super big gap in this first run. You have seen a little bit of a different choices there. So that's completely okay. many thanks for the likes. I think we bumped up pretty nicely for a bit. Next one will be then Connor Falvey and Kevin Perkkiö. Kevin Perkkiö in the lead, and this time we will see his headlights first time in a live session. The manufacturer of the headlights told me that they were already there in Riga, but there were some structure that obstructed fitting them. Had a little bit of a accident in clip number 3 there. The same wall that everybody wants to get known to. Rear of his car was a little bit of a, what word I could say? I'm not gonna say mushy in Germany. Oh, I just did. Anyway, Kevin Perkkiö will continue to the second run of this. Headlights on that car, first time on live session. It's the weirdest statistics you get on this channel. And you know, just to let you know, all the Finns, Lauri Heinonen is not in this next one, but the second, the following one from that with Nick Nack. But now we have Kevin Perkkiö and Nasser Al-Harbali. Careful run from both of them. I think it was almost no smoke at all. It's a little bit of a hesitation there in the first clips. I'm not saying the smoke is all there is in drifting, but that was a little bit, I would say, a little bit careful. Across the line, and then we have Lauri Heinonen taking his first lead of the weekend, and he's been chased by Nicolas Niknak Bertans from Latvia. So let us hear a little bit of that NASCAR V8. As we all remember what happened in Riga, the engine has been rebuilt again. They have gone through all of their bottoms of the drawers of NASCAR parts, and they have apparently found everything they needed, and they're back. Enjoy! Okay, then what happened there? Okay, it seems that it was just Niknak hitting the wall lightly, mildly. Lauri then going on and continuing to the end of the run. I don't think there was a touch on that one on Lauri's car. The next will be then Mika Keski-Korpi and Connor Shanahan. Connor Shanahan taking the lead on that one. Let's finish this replay and we are ready to get on with some. Okay, it was just a small tap. Lauri, I think he avoids contact altogether. For a second, but we are in the spotter stand, or I am in the spotter stand and you are viewing it with me, and this is like a symbiosis with everything here through the weekends, so don't be bothered about a little obstruction. Then it's going to be Mika Keski-Korpi in the lead and Connor Shanahan in the chase. And they are about to go first gear of drivers, and here we go. Piotr Wienczek and Duan McKeever. happened there? Do we have anything of it on camera? Whether we are in trouble or I don't know. Maybe there was a contact, like a slight contact on the transition, or I don't know. Hard to tell. But hey, here we are, and we are facing the Group C here. First round, I think Piotr already had one run before. Now it is Juha Rintanen in the lead and Benediktas Chirva on the chase. The next one. Okay, the amount of viewers very nicely increasing over the practice session. Once again, hit that like button if you like this content, and of course that goes with everything that happens on this channel. If it's a new stream, I always gonna be asking for those likes, but that is how we can bump this up pretty nicely. Rintanen's front fender was not happy. Maybe there was a touch in some part of it, but we have Paul Korpulinski and James Dean on the next one. Korpulinski. There's one cone that took a little bit of a hit on that clip number 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, I believe. it's going to be Pavel Korpulinski in the lead. James Dean in the chase. Here we go. Then it will be in the lead. Maybe a little bit of a weird choice from Kevin Pesur. He actually took his run on the lead line right after Kuba Brzkonski, but you know, of course, far enough from him to have like a separate solo lead run there. Oh, if they allow that, then it should be fine. It's not the most entertaining way to do practice run, but of course, practice, is it that? Oh, of course it's entertainment. And what happened there in the transition? No, it was Kevin Pesur way too deep, way too deep. So then it is yet another Kevin Perkkiö and Nasser Al-Harbali. And it will be Nasser Al-Harbali in the lead. lot of smoke. Then the next starters will be Oliver Randalu and Conor Shanahan. I think I can also in the lineup hear the familiar whine of Pro Charger belt. We all know what that means. I think it's now a solo run from Conor Shanahan because Oliver Randalu drove it directly to the paddock, I think. At least that is my assumption, which is not, of course, always the truth. He will take the chase position and Benediktas Tirba on the lead position. Here they go. Contact there at one point. Let's see. Here, maybe? No. Probably just saw something that didn't happen. And then we have some juicy stuff coming because it's going to be Lauri Heinonen and James Dean in the following pair But now it is Pavel Korpolinski in the lead, Juha Rintanen in the chase, and they are ready to go. Having a little bit of a detour, probably cleaning the front tires a little bit there. And he's ready on the line. Pretty sure when these guys start, it's gonna be already some tire warming going on in the burnout box. So it'll be a mini final now for this weekend. Lauri Heinonen in the lead and James Dean. Those Nissans with the automatically openable rear tailgate, and James Dean has a problem with the wheel. I would say very rare mistake from him, and unfortunately I didn't see the spot where that happened. And I realized that I didn't even show you the wheel because I was in the wrong camera. Yeah, there's still some mentions of internet, but I can see that it hasn't been, the frame drops hasn't been increased since I turned that watch for lunch, Rudy. I don't know, might be some leftovers from Keski-Korpi, or then I just get something, probably kebab, or I don't know, if I have time. nice. Still have some 10 minutes to go on this practice session. Hopefully we'll get some good runs. Hopefully it'll be clean till the very end, so it wouldn't be repair job for the guys in the paddock first after the very first practice. Took a little bit of a shortcut back to the paddock. Then Kevin Perkkiö and Nasser Al-Harbali. Very nice. No, not very nice. So Nasser's rear tire, oh, it was just a bump in there. I thought it... Apparently it was just a bump in the road, so nothing dramatic there. Seems to be okay, and Kevin Pesur, so it's all Estonian tandem now. Hopefully it will be really a tandem, because that's where drifting is at its best. Two M50 BMW engines, two E46s, even though the other one has a fancier body kit, but we are almost ready to go. Something went wrong with Kevin Pesur there. Another try. Should be at least these two. One more time, one run, and then there is in the lineup Piotr Wienczek and Joan McKeever. So let us see. Let us see. Question, where's Jack Shanahan? Yeah, the question was where is Jack Shanahan? All what I know is that he has hurt his leg somewhere in the ankle and it has been, I don't know if it's casted or he didn't tell me more specifically. He also didn't tell me more specifically what has happened, but told me that it's slightly hurt. I don't know if that's affecting him not driving in this session or not, but let's see. He didn't say me that he would not drive. His car is here, but let's see. Maybe he's just saving, you know, the leg for the coming days. Stop. And we will have that very rare accident another time. And that was just very clear mistake. Ended up to being, in Finnish we call that ass front. So bumping your rear into the wall first and then right away the front. Maybe it doesn't translate that well, but it's ass front. That looks really strange. Like if there was like no commitment at all, but it's still just slided slowly into the wall. Let's see. I think the line was quite good there. It's not like that big angle there. Maybe it was just too fast. And then when he kind of veers to the right on the marbles and that dirty track there is not nearly that much grip than on the track. So I would say we are done with this session, because yes, that is the case. They are having all the cars drive back to the paddock, because basically on this minute it is ending anyway. Well, minute after this. We got some by the way, some frame drops here. So anyway, let's take a short wrap up of this practice session. I think it was mainly clean. We know that with this much of concrete there's gonna be some crashes. There's gonna be some tow truck events. That's inevitable. Did we have 3 or 4? Not more than 5, that's for sure. And meanwhile, Piotr Wienczek is giving good add time to Red Bull. I guess we can start to wrap up this one. So yeah, thanks for watching once again. If you want to support this channel, this is the best way to do it, but you're doing right at the moment, to watch the streams, watch the videos, whatnot. Also press that subscribe button, because I'm covering all the practice sessions during the Driftmaster season, which means that if you click subscribe and put those notifications on, you never miss any of these sessions. What else? Of course, you can also go to www.rollinrudy.fi, which is a landing page for all of my social media. Go there and also start to follow my Instagram channel or Instagram, rollinrudy_media. There's going to be exclusive stuff from this weekend there, done by Jane Hölzer, the Finnish Driftmasters host, who we had in Red Bull TV in Finland. So that's, and also that channel will be one of the main information channels regarding this YouTube channel. Also, if you really like to support and do it financially directly, you can join to be a Rollin' Rudy supporter member here in YouTube. That's $2.99 per month. And with that payment, you can also join into a WhatsApp group of some, I think it's 90 to 100 people at the moment. It's a lot of good drifting talk there, and also there is a lot of material that I don't post anything from these trips. For example, in the paddock there's something funny happening, there's whatever it is, I don't put on Instagram, I don't put in YouTube. It is quite likely that you could then find it from there in the WhatsApp group. But hey, once again, thank you everybody for watching. We will be back in a little bit over, is it what is it, in an hour, or checking the schedule here. The next practice will start at 3 o'clock, so stay tuned. 1 hour and 5 minutes and we're back.